broadcast tonight. Brian Fritz alongside Dickerman. Another exciting night of fights coming your way as we continue with the Rise to Greatness tournament.
We started out with 32 men. By the end of tonight, we're going to be down to the final 2. The Rise to Greatness tournament continues now.
And thanks for joining us tonight for the live broadcast EA Sports MMA, the quarterfinals of the Rise to Greatness tournament. Brian Fritz here alongside Dickerman. 4 fights coming your way here in this portion of the tournament.
Yes, elimination time for some of these guys as we get rolling in the tournament. Our first matchup going to be Mr. NRG taking on Abstrakt Fists. And Fritz, if you're looking on screen, don't just read the names there because these guys are using some alternate accounts.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll try to keep you up with all the names here tonight. Like we said, this is part of the Rise to Greatness tournament, trying to figure out who is the best of the best in this game ever. So you are seeing some of the greatest fighters to ever play this game competing in this tournament here tonight.
Yes, we're going to narrow it down tonight. The tournament continues, and we narrow it down to the best of the best.
And we'll take a look at these 2 first fighters here. You're looking at Mr. NRG, as you see right there, Peter Payne, or excuse me, that would be Mr. NRG being EA MMA blue corner Bobby Freeborg taking on Abstrakt Fists, who's on the left side. You can see boxing versus wrestling here and see the different strengths. And for the most part, pretty similar. You would think, though, that the submission or the groundwork might come into play a little bit, but you see it's very high over there for Mr. NRG.
Yeah, we've seen both these guys before, both great fighters. I believe we're going to see...
Right here, that is Mr. NRG. It's his 5th broadcast appearance. He is a perfect 4-0 so far.
It's pretty nice to get 4-0 on the live broadcast. You don't see that too often.
Absolutely.
Get them butterflies, you get going. Here comes Abstrakt Fists, a.k.a. Peter Payne. We've seen him many times before. You say tonight he's looking like Marvelous Marvin Hagler to you.
Yeah, he kind of does. I hope he goes to Italy to shoot some spaghetti westerns.
I don't even know what that is.
Western movies, man. Don't pay attention to the records here. You can see what they are, but these guys, the records are much, much better than what they show there.
We welcome you to the Union Square Arena. This middleweight fight is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a wrestler. Fighting out of England, Bobby Cyborg Freeborg.
And he is a master orange belt with over 1,300 wins.
Opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a boxer. Fighting out of the United States, Peter Payne.
Abstrakt Fists there, over 3,000 wins for himself, a black belt master in the game.
Fighter ready? Fighter ready. Let's go. Fight.
Should be an exciting night of action here. We'll kick things off. Mr. NRG in the pink hair taking on Abstrakt Fists in the red and black trunks.
Big night here as we continue the Rise to Greatness tournament. Mr. NRG, Abstrakt Fist touch gloves there. Abstrakt Fist is the boxer there with the red gloves on. Gets the first shot in.
Both these guys, very skilled on their feet. We'll see if this fight stays standing up or if they decide to take it to the ground.
Both of these guys have been in the live broadcast many times before. Mr. Energy, like you said, he's undefeated. He's had 5 live broadcast appearances. Abstract Fist in the red, 7 live broadcast appearances now.
And you talked about this before, as you see the takedown right there by Mr. Energy about getting those butterflies out. And it is something that really does happen to some of the people. You get a little nervous, you get a little excited when you're part of the live broadcast, but these guys are experienced veterans at this point.
Grizzled veterans. They could play the live broadcast with their eyes closed. They could almost unplug their internet. Except for that would make it not work anymore.
That would be bad. By the way, you can go to easportsmma.com, take part in the live chat. Preston's hanging out in there right now. I believe Vic Lugo might hang out later on.
Vic Lugo is supposed to come in. Now, Vic Lugo is coming in with an injured wrist, too, so he's going to try and chat with an injured wrist.
That should be fun.
Yes.
See some good body work right there by Abstract Fist.
First matchup here in the continuation of the Rise to Greatness tournament. When this thing's over, Fritz, it's going to be narrowed down to the best fighter at EA Sports MMA. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and there's a lot of rumors right now that on the live broadcast will take place next month, you and I will enter the cage to go one-on-one.
Well, it's only befitting that we have not only the best fighters fighting, but also what could be the worst fighters.
Why not?
Fighting.
People have been calling for that fight, and it looks like it's going to happen.
Let me tell the people right now, they will be sorely disappointed when it ends in 12 seconds.
Good body work right there by Mr. NRG.
Pink hair, Mr. NRG, blue gloves.
Nice kick to the head, and look at that, right? Abstract Fist firing back with a couple shots. Both guys, being a little bit cautious, throwing some shots, but at the same time, still kind of feeling out their opponent.
Educated fist there of Abstract Fist. He is the boxer. Some nice combos he threw in there. A couple jabs.
You can tell nobody's going for anything really too wild to leave themselves open. But...
Well, this is a tournament.
Oh, big shot right there.
He doesn't
Abstract Fist stunned for a second, but he won't go down.
Doesn't even back up. All the marbles are on the line here. You don't really, when you play the game, sometimes you're like, all right, we'll just go crazy and go wild. But, you lose tonight, you're out of the tournament.
Absolutely. But the other thing is, too, you can see that you can do damage and be very controlled and very fluid when you throw shots. And you can see just that play out right here.
Now, Preston telling us in our ear that they've got Mr. NRG to win this fight, 75 to 25%. That is the pick. So NRG getting the pick from the live chat, the educated people online that have visited us.
Let's see if their predictions are better than Preston's, who does not exactly have the best track record when it comes to predictions.
He's a terrible prediction maker.
We call it the kiss of death here on the broadcast.
Yeah, if he picks you, you're going to lose. It's pretty much guaranteed. This fight continues. Just under 2 minutes to go in the first round here. Could be anybody's fight at this point. Maybe a slight favor for Mr. NRG thus far.
I would think so. He did stun him the one time. It's almost like both guys are mirror images of each other with their game plan so far. Good kick to the midsection right there.
As if he's standing and looking at the man in the mirror?
Almost.
As Michael Jackson once said. Looking for that spinning back fist, does not get it.
Don't forget the winners here in the quarterfinals. They'll move on to the semifinals later on tonight. Those will be Valley Tudo fights.
That's pretty interesting. We're going to go from, a little different rule set to a Valley Tudo fight as we continue the tournament, and that continues tonight. So your guys going to have to go from fighting here to the next part of the tournament later on this evening, and it's, pretty much everything goes.
It's one of the great aspects of the game is there's different rules you can fight under.
Yes, different rules, different setups, different, you got the cage, you got the ring.
Different arenas, all the different things that come into the game. Good body work once again there by Mr. NRG. Abstract Fist firing back a little combo, and once again, NRG goes for a takedown, but gets stuffed this time.
Abstract Fist happy to stand on top and pound away at his skull. There's NRG back into the takedown. Cannot get it. Abstract Fist, nice sprawl there.
And he's doing some nice work right here, too, and looks like Mr. NRG has been cut. Probably over the right eye, it looks like.
You never want to see that. Well, actually, you always want to see it, but you don't want to see it if you're the guy fighting.
Absolutely. Final 10 seconds here of the first round. Very, very close first round here.
Yeah, hard to call because it really seems like Abstract Fist kind of turned it on here late.
Good action between these two. Start things off here tonight with the tournament.
Snuck that body shot in real quick right at the end, right as the bell came in.
Yeah. You did see the one stun where Abstract Fist did get stunned, did not go down, and right there you see the one takedown that happened in the first round there by Mr. NRG. And that's something we wonder what was going to happen with his wrestling background. He's a wrestler taking on a boxer, and you wonder which style would come into play. But for the most part, both guys are content to stay standing up. You see that cut next to the right eye there. Right, it's actually under his right eye. That's actually a good spot to have a cut if you're going to have one.
You don't have the blood dripping down into the eye. Unless, of course, he hangs upside down for an extended period of time, which is really unlikely, but you never know, I suppose.
Probably.
It's an unlikely occurrence in a mixed martial arts fight, but stranger things have happened.
Both guys come out firing here to begin the second round.
NRG seems a little bit more busy, wants to get going. Abstract fists happy to exchange.
Good combination there.
Spinning back. He's been looking for that quite a bit in the fight.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of body work.
Yeah.
Has NRG. Takes
Nice
a big
shot there.
left hand right there.
That was a good shot by
Abstract fist.
Abstract fists. If you're just joining us, Abstract fists in the red gloves. Mr. NRG, pink hair, blue gloves.
Another nice combination there by Abstract. Takedown attempt by NRG. Abstract won't have any of it. Going to work right there is Abstract fist. It's big shots.
Yeah, you saw NRG throwing shots from the...
Oh, a huge
shot.
Superman punch.
That's it.
Abstract fist is down. He is out. Just like that, he is knocked out cold.
Beautiful finish there by Mr. NRG. Caught him clean, then hit that spinning back fist. He's been looking for the entire fight. Put him to sleep. Face into the cage, then face to the mat.
He hit him with a Superman punch and lined him up. That spinning back fist right there knocked him out cold.
Big, big win there for Mr. NRG. He's going to move on in the Rise to Greatness tournament. We'll see him fight again later on tonight in a Valley 2A
Ladies
match.
and gentlemen, the winner by knockout, Bobby Cyborg Freeborg.
Mr. NRG moving on to the semifinals of the tournament with a spectacular knockout.
Nicely done there by NRG. It was a close back-and-forth fight the whole time, but he came out and he caught Abstract Fist clean and finished him strong.
Look at the numbers following this one, and both of them actually very, very close when you look at the amount of strikes that actually landed, all the action here. But the bottom line was, in the end, Mr. NRG coming through with that huge Superman punch that stunned Abstract Fist and followed it up with that spinning back fist. Even at the end of it, he threw another punch, and Abstract Fist was about to fall down. He hit the cage instead.
Yeah, he was just going down. That was a beautiful finish. The finish you like to see when you're watching these fights. A clean finish, and we're going to see him again a little later on tonight.
We'll move on to our next fight. And as we said, we've got alternate accounts. So EA MMA Fighter 4, that is Rob Suhad. He'll be taking on Strutting.
Yeah, him and Strutting, these guys very experienced at the game. Both guys have been playing quite a bit. Now, Rob Suhad, almost 5,000 victories this guy has. You look over at Strutting, not too bad himself with 1,600. This should be a nice little matchup here as we continue tournament action.
Let's take a look at these two guys. Like you said, it's a master red belt taking on a master black belt. Both guys, boxers, both guys, you can see, pretty similar skills. There is a differential, though, one thing that could be important, and that's health.
Yeah, that's true. The health is a little higher, but if you look over at Strutting, you'll notice he's got a little higher in that submission game, too. So if it happens to end up on the ground, he might have a little bit of a extra opportunity down that way. Possibly. Going to see Strutting coming out to the cage here first. Like I said, 1,600 wins, Fritz. This is going to be his second live broadcast experience.
Fighting out of Grove City, Ohio. And that is one big dude.
He sure is. He's a big fella. Preston's in the chat right now if you want to join him. EA Sports, MMA.com.
Got a little shout out from Destroyer B.
Destroyer B. What's up, Destroyer B? B27? D.
DB, whatever. It's on an eye chart.
D and B sound similar, Preston. I'm just going to say.
Like we said before, don't pay attention to the records right there. We're talking about a master red belt taking on a master black belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Union Square Arena. This fight is 3 rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a boxer. Fighting out of the United States, Fancy Pants.
That's Strutting fighting out of Grove City, Ohio.
How do you make 205?
It's a big boy.
And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a boxer, fighting out of Brazil, the People's Champion, Rob Huerta.
That is Rob Suhad, first ever master red belt in the game. That is quite the achievement, and he's the first guy to do
Fighter
it.
ready? Fighter ready. Let's go. Fight.
Here we go between these two.
Touch of the glove, show of respect between these two masters of the game. Second live broadcast experience for both these guys.
Right, for Rob Suhad, he's fighting out of Austria, and he represents Team Bonsai Fighting Dojo.
That's cool. Austria. It's Austria versus Ohio. What a curious matchup we have here. That's a beautiful thing about this game and the worldwide aspect of it.
Yeah. Playing online, you can go against anybody literally in the world. The chat room going with Rob Suhad. 70% of the chat room thinks he will be victorious.
You never know how it's going to play out. Rob Suhad, man, it's hard to pick against the guy. 4,841 wins with 814 losses. That's an incredible number, man.
Yeah, the numbers just stack up, and you look at it, he's got almost 3,500 wins by the knockout or TKO with almost 1,200 wins by submission.
Just an impressive number. You look over at Strutting, 1,600 wins himself. He's got himself 277 submissions, so he definitely has that submission game in his arsenal.
And it's funny when you watch guys that are at this level and you think, okay, we're not seeing them stay too busy. We're not seeing anything wild. That's because they know how to control their fighters so well, and they know their plan of attack, and they know how to execute.
Absolutely. Rob Suhad in the black trunks. Strutting, he is in the camo. Bald head.
Oh, he's got a son. He's down. Just like that.
What a shocker!
Strutting has upset Rob Suhad just like that. One heavy hand knocks him out.
Out of nowhere, you talked about Strutting being a big, strong guy. Here he takes out the first ever master red belt in the game. Knockout victory out of nowhere.
Just a big left hook, and it fouls up with another shot to the temple.
And he's
he's
stiff.
out stiff.
What an incredible turn of events there. Strutting going to move on in the tournament to fight again later tonight. He takes out what had to be the favorite, Rob Suhad.
The winner by knockout, Fancy Pants.
Wow. Amazing right there. Rob Suhad looks like he's frozen in carbonite.
People in the MMA forums must be losing their minds right now, seeing Strutting coming in here and getting a big upset, taking out the master red belt in Rob Suhad.
That was a crazy finish right there. It's just like out of nowhere, anything can happen. We saw that right hook, that connected flush, followed it up with a quick shot to the temple, and Rob Suhad was out.
What a victory there by Strutting. Congratulations to him. We will be seeing him again later on tonight, too, Fritz.
Absolutely. And we talked about, being a big guy. That doesn't always play into it because you can be smaller and have, pack a punch, but a lot of times you're that big guy. At least you have that punching chance, just to land one shot. And that's exactly what happened here. He landed one shot flush with that hook, and that was enough, basically.
We've seen it happen before. Now we see it happen tonight here live on EA Sports MMA. Rise to greatness. The tournament continues. Strutting going to move on to the next round, and we're going to move on to our next matchup.
Yes, we'll have JF MMA here take on Filemu. You're talking about JF, a guy that is a master red belt, taking on another master red belt. A little bit difference when it comes to experience. JF with over 1,200 wins. Filemu over almost 3,400 wins.
Yeah, so both these guys have a lot of experience. Both these guys going to have their second live broadcast experience tonight. We've seen some shocking ends. What's going to be next?
Let's take a look at these two guys. Like we said, we have a kickboxer taking on a boxer, so we expect this fight to stay on their feet, though. JF, though, does have an advantage when it comes to submission.
Yeah, he has a bit of an advantage with submission. He's also got a little bit higher health, but really, across the board, it's pretty similar numbers for these two guys, these two red belt masters. This should be another great fight and another opportunity for another opponent to move on to the next portion of this tournament.
JF has one other advantage, that burn on his face, because nobody wants to look him straight in the face.
What on earth is going on there? I don't even know how you do that. I got to see this guy come to the cage. We're going to see Filemu come out first.
Wouldn't you have trouble looking at a guy square in the eyes if he has that kind of burn?
I'd feel bad about punching him in the face.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Worried that burn was going to open up.
Here's Filemu. He's a proud Samoan American. Splits time living in California and in Samoa.
That's awesome, man. I always wanted to check out Samoa. That seems like it's a cool place to check out. He wants to thank Preston for all the hard work he did in the invite into the tournament, so that's cool.
And there is the burn victim.
What the heck?
What is going on there?
I don't even know. Preston, maybe you could enlighten us how this man had this burn on his face.
I think the story is he saved a couple of children from a burning house, and that was the price he had to pay.
Whatever, man. It makes him look different, that's for sure.
You got to stand out in the game. You got to have a unique
Ladies
look.
and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Union Square Arena. This fight is 3 rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a boxer, fighting out of New Zealand, the People's Champion.
That's Filemu wishing all the community fighters
And
best
now,
of luck tonight.
introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a kickboxer, fighting out of the Netherlands, a Rocco.
There's JF MMA.
I don't want to see that burn get cut. What could happen there?
I don't know.
Fighter ready?
Looks like a fresh burn,
Fighter
too.
It looks like somebody spun out
go.
on his face.
Fight!
All right, on to the fight now. JF
Oh, look
MMA.
at that. Oh, little, JF sticks out the hand to touch gloves, and, Filemu actually punched him a little bit. What's this reminiscent of Floyd Mayweather against Victor Ortiz?
Maybe JF's going to come in and try to sneak a headbutt in then.
Maybe.
Maybe he will.
By the way, when you get inside the boxing ring, the cage, the octagon, whatever it might be, remember one rule no matter what your opponent might think. Protect yourselves at all times.
At all times, that is the case. You see JF with the gray and blue shorts, Filemu in the black.
Ooh, just ate a big left hook. Chat room going with Filemu. 60% of them think he will win this one.
That's their pick. Filemu, he's a Samoan. Samoans, in the old world of pro wrestling, always had the reputation of being some of the toughest guys on the planet. Like, you would not mess with the old Samoan like Haku. Remember Haku?
Oh, you could drop the guy
boy.
on his head and he'd be perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah, Haku.
And remember, they could split open a coconut with their bare head. Just give it a headbutt, and you couldn't hurt the guy. You hit him in the head.
That was always the gimmick. Yeah, if you gave him the double headbutt, they just look at you and then beat you up.
Yeah. You just hit him in the head as many times as you want. He just cracks back with one headbutt and about kills you.
I don't know if that's true. That might just have been like an old pro wrestling myth. But the word is they were really tough dudes.
Yeah. By the way, both these guys making their second appearance here on the live broadcast. Won their first fight.
Whoa.
Big shot right there by Filemu. JF is in a lot of trouble here. Getting pounded on, but he holds on.
Wow, I'm surprised he recovered there. He was really hurt by Filemu there.
He has got a nasty cut that's growing by the second over his right eye.
I think he busted open the burn.
Oh,
I
no.
think the burn is broken open.
We're going to have flesh.
Nice up kick there by JF.
I think I can smell it already.
Looking to pass, but JF not going to allow. He's going to keep him there in a full guard. Filemu looking to pass. He can't quite get there yet. Looking to put that knee inside, get at least a half guard. Can't get it. Nice technique, but JF able to defend.
But he's not in a bad position even right here where he can land some shots. I mean, he's got a good angle there where if he wants to throw some punches, I think he can.
Yeah, I think Filemu just says, no, I'm going to pass, man. I'm going to continue breaking this guard open. I'm going to drive this knee across, and I'm going to pass.
Well, now we'll see how good the offensive skills are on the ground for Filemu and how good JF's defense is.
Absolutely. JF gets back to his feet.
Good for him.
Want to touch gloves? Filemu says, no, dude.
It's
no,
the middle
no.
of the fight, man. You don't need to touch gloves now.
Filemu, he doesn't seem
oh,
like
now
it.
you want to touch gloves. Okay.
Bunch of kicks there from JF MMA. Preston saying JF MMA's name is a direct reference to the kick that knocked out or soup kick in the last round. I'm confused by that. But maybe JF MMA knows what it means. You're just going to laugh at me and leave me out here to hang, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Good
Thank
kick
you.
right there by JF. Pushing Filemu up against the cage. I think he's referencing the last broadcast of fights.
Yes, I got
JF
that.
won.
Soup kick. Maybe that's what it was, a soup kick that won him the last fight.
He kicked him so hard the man was destitute, he was broke, he was lost in life, and he had to go to a soup line,
Oh.
basically, I think is the backstory.
Okay. Did he run into the soup Nazi?
I'm not sure. He does make a nice lobster bisque, though.
These guys continuing. Minute and a half left to go here in the first round.
I saw that one big shot by Filemu. JF, though, has kind of methodically been putting together some nice offense here.
They just came with a nice hook there and a kick to the face.
It's a couple punches there. Obviously, you can see Filemu, the bigger guy. He showed off that power already once.
JF says, hey, you want to come to the ground? Filemu says, sure, let's go.
Almost got hit with a big right hand.
Filemu is desperately trying to pass that guard. He hasn't had a lot of luck. JF done a great job of keeping that guard.
But I'm not exactly sure if this is where JF wants to be necessarily, because especially in a position like this where you're on your back, all it takes sometimes is one big shot. I mean, that can happen anywhere, but especially like in a position like this, you know, you might be putting yourself at a disadvantage being on your back.
Filemu still looking to pass. JF looking to defend. JF has not thrown up a submission yet. He has not even attempted as of yet. Oh, look, Filemu finally gets to half guard there.
And he wants to stand
stands
up.
Interesting choice. We jump to the ground. We finally pass, and then we stand up.
Coming up in the final 30 seconds here in the first round.
JF likes that high kick.
Yes. He's done a good job with kind of mixing it up. Good body work, going with the high kick.
Both these guys, like we talked about, master red belts in the game, so they've definitely done their time.
It'll be interesting to see how the judges score this one, because you saw the one big knockdown that Filemu had, but overall, JF has landed more shots.
Yeah, JF's bleeding too. You know, he's showing some damage.
See, I can't tell if that's just the, part of the burn or not at this point,
I think they've run together, the two things.
It's quite the, is that Road Warrior Hawk right there, or
maybe Hawk?
Maybe the Ultimate Warrior almost?
I don't believe he ever wore red. Maybe the Dingo Warrior phase, not sure.
There's that one big shot that Filemu got. We almost saw that big overhand left hook.
That was he came back in, and he swung back in with that right, too.
Yeah, you can see how he feinted there, and then he came in with the left and then followed it up. Look at that cut.
Look at that. Look at the burn. Look at the cut. Look at everything.
It almost looks like he's cut on both sides of his face.
He looks like he could get a job at a haunted house coming up for Halloween. He could probably get a job at any haunted house he wanted at Halloween.
Let's go. Fight.
Second round here. Rise to greatness. Quarterfinals continue.
JF MMA in the gray and blue. Filemu in the black with the tattoos.
Got one more fight to go as this part of the broadcast, and coming up later on tonight, stick around. We have the semifinals, the winners from these four fights. Moving on, Valley Tudo rules will be in effect.
Can't wait to see those matchups, because we've seen some great fights tonight. Some big, shocking surprises, some big knockouts.
You can see JF once again being the guy that's more active here.
Well, nice shots there by Filemu.
See if Filemu opens up a little bit. Obviously, he's got a lot of power. Just, will he be more active here?
Nice little combo there. High-low.
And you can tell JF has to be very cautious of the power of Filemu, but at the same time, he's trying to stay busy, and Filemu being a lot more active right here.
JF drops his back again. Filemu says, no, come on. Let's go. Getting a little cocky. Calling him out now. No butt scooting, he says. Sometimes you got to butt scoot. Just going to say it. It's not fun to get punched in the face.
Absolutely not.
Sometimes you'd rather just lay down on your back and say, hey, come fight me down here. I got a better chance.
Good shot there by JF, opening up with a good combo. It's what we expected so far. You're talking about a boxer and a kickboxer, and we expected these guys to stay on their feet.
JF almost looks a little similar to Scott Smith if he stuck his face in an open pit barbecue.
Did Vic Mackey get a hold of him and put his face on a grill?
Vic Mackey wouldn't do that. That was done by some gang members.
No.
Poor Ronnie.
It was revenge.
Yeah.
He does kind of look like Ronnie from The Shield.
Ronnie had to grow a beard after that. It's a good show. Close matchup here. JF MMA taking on Filemu. Both master red belts, both looking to move on. Maybe they're playing a little safe, like we talked about earlier. This is a one shot to move on in this tournament. If you lose, you're out. You don't want to lose because you want to have that opportunity to be named the best of the best in EA Sports MMA, and that is exactly what's going to happen come the end of this tournament.
And you can see Filemu kind of goading him right there, goading JF, saying, come on, you want to fight? Come on, bring the fight to me.
Filemu, the bigger man.
It's amazing that you look at these two guys in the same weight class.
Yeah, one guy obviously cuts weight, and the other guy maybe not so much.
One guy's open to having a couple slices of pizza before he gets in the cage.
Yeah.
Kind of like we did earlier tonight.
Absolutely. And Vic Lugo comes in all ripped and muscular and says, hey, no thanks, don't want your stinking pizza, fatties. It's cool, whatever.
Hey, he's the one that's missing out, okay?
He is missing out.
Nice little combination there by Filemu and JF firing right back. And you can see the accumulation of body shots really starting to pay off here from JF. You can see the bruising on the left side of the body there of Filemu.
JF getting the clinch there. Maybe going to look for a takedown. We have not seen that yet. There it is.
Takedown.
Big slam takedown. 2 minutes left to go here, and he stands right back up. I was curious, you know.
Look at this. Going to work on the body still.
Filemu kicks him off. JF back inside. We've seen guys knocked out from this position. You take too many shots here, it's a bad, bad position for you.
But you can tell right now, JF is just trying to wear him down with all these body shots.
He has been working that body. You can see the red marks on the body of Filemu.
It could pay off as the fight goes on, obviously. It can affect somebody's stamina.
JF not getting too many shots, and Filemu continuing to put his feet in the hips and kick off.
You almost wonder, would JF back off and let him stand, or should he try to throw the legs off to the side and maybe try to go down on the ground with him?
Kind of just a stalemate at this point. Referee might have to step in and say, hey, quit kicking the guy in the hips and let's stand him back up here.
Final minute of the second round here.
Nobody really getting anywhere here. JF throwing punches, not connecting too much. Filemu not getting that stand-up he's looking for. You know, Filemu would just grab the heels when he kicks his feet there. He might send JF to his backside and then stand back up.
Once again, it's JF that's advancing here, landing a few more shots.
Yeah, definite cage control for JF so far. He's really pushed the action here.
Good kick right there as Filemu goes for the takedown, but gets stuffed.
JF keeping him down, pushing that head down. You control the heads, you control the body.
You can really see the bruising going on there on the body of Filemu and the cut that he suffered in the first round. He has a small cut on his left cheek, and that's opened up here.
One of the most basic aspects of grappling is you control that head, you really control the rest of the body.
Very close round once again. I would think that because of the amount of shots landed that JF got the advantage in this round, but you never know. You can see right there just the accumulation of punches. He did have the one big takedown in the round. Neither guy knocked down or stunned here.
No, but I got to believe, like you said, JF probably had the advantage here in that round, but it's hard to say. You never know with the judges. You never know what fight they're watching.
It's been a very, very close fight so far. You had the one knockdown in the first round, but JF did land a good amount of shots. You can see the cut here on the left cheek of Filemu. He's got a lot of power. It's just whether or not he's starting to open things up and be more active at the beginning of the second round. He's going to need to do that here because it's anybody's fight at this point.
Yeah, you got to go crazy like a crazy wild bar brawl at this point.
JF immediately pushing Filemu up against the cage.
Clinching up here, does JF? He's going to look for a takedown. He's got double unders right now. Great opportunity to get your takedown from that position. Filemu not doing anything to swim back in and try and get an underhook for himself. So you got to think JF's going to have the grappling advantage here.
You see him just trying to get that position. Look at this. He's got a little Muay Thai clinch, a little dirty boxing.
Will we see a knee come up the middle here?
Looked like he was going to line that up, but instead backs off and goes to work on the body again.
Tenderizing that body, you can see he's all pink. Looks like he got a sunburn on his belly.
Good defense there by Filemu, ducking that high kick.
Oh, you got a red belly. You ever get a red belly?
Not in a long time.
We should bring that back. Bring back the red belly. I'm going to work on that. JF MMA in the gray and blue. Filemu in the black. He's been the victim of the red belly here tonight.
And that's the accumulation of all this body work JF has done. Looks like he was going for a takedown there again.
There's a couple shots there by Filemu.
Big kick right there. Filemu stunned, but he's going to hold on. Can't get the takedown, but He is in a little bit of trouble here.
Went for that desperation takedown as he's stumbling forward. Big shot by JFMMA. Looks to take advantage here. Plenty of time left to go here in the third round.
Yeah, still got over 3.5 minutes. He's landed some big shots.
Filemu is not going to win this fight from that bottom position. You're not going to win striking from down there.
Absolutely not. And JF's holding on to this position. A couple more right hands.
Pushing the back of that head, keeping Filemu from getting back up.
Let's see what he does. Is he going to be content in this position and keep hitting away? You can see the stamina of Filemu's head is very, very low right here. And he's down, and he's out. Just like that. Oh, and a knee for...
Oh, wow, a little late on that knee, but JFA MMA just for a little bit of extra fun at the end gets the victory there. Good fight back and forth between these two guys. It was really, a brawl the whole way through, but JFMMA seemed to kind of take it somewhere in the second round and just really pick up from there.
Absolutely. And Filemu, looked like the bigger, stronger guy, but in the end, he's the guy that gets knocked out. You look at the numbers here we talked about, even though JF got knocked down in that first round, you see the number of strikes that he landed. Overall, he landed 92 more strikes. He was a much busier guy, and the judges have to look into that. And like you said, in the second round, it seemed like he really started to take control as that round went on, and he had control in that third round and finally able to get the knockout.
Yeah, just like JFMMA just had more stamina, and sometimes stamina comes into play, and that's what changes fights, and I think that's what it was right here. He gets the victory. He's going to move on, and he's going to fight later on tonight. Our final matchup here in this round of the tournament, we're coming up next.
Yeah, take notes, taking on Supremacy, who is going actually by Smoke'em here. And you're talking about a master purple belt, and take notes, taking on a master brown belt in Smoke'em.
Yeah, so pretty similar level as far as these guys' fighting experience. It's our final matchup in this round of Rise to Greatness.
As we look here, you're seeing both guys, boxers, submission skills very low, health a little bit higher for take notes, but outside of that, everything is about the same for these two fighters, Dickerman.
Yeah, you really look at that. You're not going to see him spending too much looking for submissions on the ground. It looks like it's going to definitely be a stand-up fight. If it does go to the ground, they both have great ground skills, but submissions, no, it's not going to be their forte. It could be a long fight. It could be a quick fight. It's a battle of a purple belt master taking on a brown belt master.
And for both these guys, it's their third appearance here on the live broadcast. Both of them 1-1 going into tonight's fight.
Going to see Smoke'em, which is Cage Supremacy, coming out first. He's got the pink mohawk.
He's got almost 2,100 wins all time.
It's a lot of victories there.
Ranks 59th overall. Take notes, ranks 78th. You're talking about somebody with over 1,000 wins of his own.
So both these guys, rank 59 and 78. Like we said, pretty close matchup here. Could go either way.
It's always nice to have a skull tattoo as well.
Sure. This will be our final set of guys that has the opportunity to move on to fight again later on tonight.
Like we said, stick around. Semifinals will be following us here.
We welcome you to the Union Square Arena. This middleweight fight is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a boxer. Fighting out of the United States, Ethan Morris.
That is Cage Supremacy, Smoke'em, a.k.a.
And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a boxer, fighting out of Mexico. The producer,
Take notes right there. Plenty of ink. And he bleaches his
ready.
eyebrows.
It's EBK
Fighter ready.
MMA. That is
Let's
his
go.
league, too.
Fight.
Brother Lich.
Final fight here in the quarterfinals. The Rise to Greatness tournament, like we said, stick around shortly. After this round, we will have the semifinals coming up. Both guys coming out here
Yeah,
very
no time.
active.
No feeling out process between these two guys.
These guys are ready to fight. They've been waiting all night for this.
I was going to talk about take notes, being with Brother Lynch and with EBK MMA, but there's no time for that. These guys are just fighting and going.
These guys
Wow.
are just going at a blazing speed right here.
What a start to our final matchup in this round of the tournament. These guys must have made a locker room deal. Let's go for the big bonus at the end of the night.
Smoke him the favorite in here, and right now he is down and getting beat on by Take Notes.
Take notes all over him. What a start to this fight. He stands right back up. Oh, and that catches a nice up kick there.
The chat room says that Smoke'em will be victorious in this one, but he's already been knocked down once.
Smoke'em is Cage Supremacy with the pink mohawk. We'll just call him Smoke'em tonight. It's fine.
Amazing speed for these two guys early on here. See if they settle in here a little bit.
That was a wild brawl to begin with right there. That's for sure. Couple of shots here.
Not afraid to stand toe-to-toe and just kind of drill each other. Big shot right there. And now it's Take Notes that's stunned.
Fight's over.
Hold on, and he's
Whoa,
out.
it's
Just
out.
like that, he is out. Amazing comeback right there by Smoke'em. Knocked down once, gets back up on his feet, and Take Notes out.
What a finish there by Smoke'em. Wow, look at that kick right as he's going down. That was brutal.
It was the big punch right there. That left hook fell out, but he caught a kick
That was
to the
like-
face on the way down.
Icing on the cake. Boom, boom, he's out. Oh, that's just mean, man.
A shin to the face is
ladies
not good.
and gentlemen, the winner by knockout, Ethan Morris.
What a fun fight right here. Action-packed few minutes in this one.
Kudos to Take Notes for coming out and fighting like that, too. That was fun. That was a great matchup there. Big win there for Smoke'em, a.k.a. Cage Supremacy. He will move on. We will see him fight again later on tonight.
Look at the numbers between these two, and you talk about a fight that lasted about 90 seconds, and overall we saw, over 100 punches thrown, 42 of them landing, including that big hook that finished it off right there by Smoke'em, connecting with that big hook, and then, as we said, catching Take Notes with that big kick as he was falling to the mat.
Yeah, great matchup here. What a great way to end this portion of the tournament this evening. But we're not done because we got more fights coming up. Fritz, all these guys that we just saw win, they're going to come back and they're going to fight each other.
Yeah, so stick around. We've got the semifinals coming up here in just a few minutes, and you will see that under Valley Tudo rules. As we saw here earlier on, the winners, Mr. NRG with a big knockout win in our first fight. Then it was Strutting with the upset win, taking out Rob Suhad.
Nobody saw that one coming.
Absolutely. JF victorious with a knockout win, and then, as we just saw, Smoke'em moving on to the semifinals with a knockout win of his own.
So as exciting as all those fights were, these guys are going to fight each other again later on tonight, so it gets more exciting from here.
Yeah, stick around. Coming up here shortly, semifinals of the Rise to Greatness tournament here on the live broadcast of EA Sports MMA.